ein neuer Versuch hier mitten im Deckungskampf. Diesmal mit Maus und Tastatur und diesmal nicht mit Escape drücken. Aber hoffentlich so, dass es funktioniert.
Das sieht schon viel einfacher aus.
Ja. Weil ist auch geil, dass es nicht die Waffe irgendwie scheinbar auch gar nicht überhitzt oder so. So, jetzt kann ich hier so rumschleichen.
Aber warum?
Ja, damit er nicht getroffen wird.
Hey! Would you mind not shooting at the matter-antimatter reactor?
Oh, war das gerade der...
What? No!
Nee, war nicht der Chef, oder?
We're all dead.
Ich weiß es nicht.
Ich glaube, das hätten sie intensiver...
Ja. Der Epsilon.
Hochschieben!
Warp core output at critical level. Ejecting
Hast du nicht
core.
gerade noch gesagt, man soll nicht auf den Warp Core schießen?
Egal.
Warp drive disengaged.
You did it!
You got another way out of here?
I think so. Tosca, can you climb?
Ja, Mai.
I'll see you on the parade grounds of Cirella, my friend.
Nein. Wie, er lässt sie jetzt zurück? Er stellt sie jetzt nicht neben sie und stirbt mit ihr zusammen? Was ist denn das für eine Scheiße? Das ist ja hart.
You want me? I'm right here.
Oh, sie schaltet Isolierung von den Türen ist aber nicht doll, dass man sie so noch hört. Isolierung.
Dafür, dass sie verfolgt werden, sind die auch ganz schön entspannt, ey.
Mhm. Oh, jetzt.
Not you too.
Calm yourself, child.
Ah, sie wird gewandelt.
Ah. Das heißt aber, sie ist vielleicht noch nicht ganz verloren, ne? Wer weiß,
Genau.
wer wirklich wieder zurückkehrt. Okay, sie ist vielleicht doch verloren.
It will all be better soon.
Na, die werden sie ja irgendwie retten.
Wake up, Manka Umet.
Ist eh ein bisschen dumm, dass sie sich nicht mehr Sternflottenwaffen genommen haben. Dann könnten sie mehr Leute betäuben und mehr für sich
Schon, stimmt.
für sich verwandeln.
Rejoin
Ja,
the
so schlau
flame.
waren die Tekonen dann vielleicht doch nicht.
To reclaim what was lost.
Oder zu hochnäsig.
We don't need to watch this.
I
Jetzt ein
do.
bisschen spät.
I want to remember every moment when I make them pay. But this isn't the end. I will avenge you, Tosca. Swear to me, you will join me in this.
How about we try to save her?
That's a dream.
As long as she's alive and her memories are still in there, there's still hope.
Hope is what you turn to when you have nothing left you can do. And there's still something I can do for Itasca. And I shall.
Gott, dann werde ich niemals zur Hoffnung werden, weil ich immer noch so viel zu tun habe. Mein ganzer Pile of Shame. Den schaffe ich nicht mal in der Rente. Das ist eh so geil, ich manchmal so überlege. Ich habe jetzt Spiele, die ich schon seit 20 Jahren oder länger vor mir herschiebe.
Ja.
Das ist so.
So much I want to
Jeder
ask
doch.
you.
Das ist
There's
irre
so
irgendwie,
little
oder?
I can
Verrückt.
tell you. I'm a portal, not a scientist, but I'll certainly do my best. I can only assume this is one of your older starships. One would think, given the importance of your mission, they might send a ship of a more recent vintage.
The Resolute is primarily a research vessel, if that's what you mean. Not a warship.
Although she has been known to hold her own in a fight.
Against what?
Schön schnippisch, der Kollege.
Something wrong?
Not at all. The galaxy has grown more diverse since the days of the Tekon Empire.
Because you conquered everyone who didn't look like you.
To the contrary. Most lesser civilizations willingly joined the Empire to enjoy the benefits of an advanced way of life. But that expansion came with its own set of problems, so I admire your ability to diversify without creating conflict. That was always our challenge. And perhaps, ultimately, our downfall.
The Federation prides itself on its inclusiveness. I'd say it's one of our greatest strengths.
As the Vulcans say, infinite diversity in infinite combinations.
Interesting. I'd be curious to meet one of these Vulcans.
Kein Problem.
If
haben
this
da
is the
gerade
best
jemanden.
you have, then so be it. To locate this
Verständlich
scion,
enttäuscht.
Galvan, I'll need full access to your ship's systems.
Full access?
Huh. You must be out of your mind.
No, I'm right here, completely in my mind. Given this is merely a research ship, I won't be able to find him without it. Perhaps I should have made that clear up front. I'll need to make certain modifications.
I can't promise anything, but let me see what I can do.
Just know, without it, I won't be able to help you.
This isn't gonna fly.
I'll see you on the bridge. Captain Solano, I'd like to introduce you to Portal 6-3, Guardian of the Tekon Empire.
Pleasure to meet you, Captain.
Likewise. I can't say I've ever met a portal before. There is no modern equivalent. Not within the Federation, at least.
We are incredibly lucky that Portal has agreed to join us.
Your first officer makes a very persuasive argument.
So I've noticed. You spent 600,000 years at your post. That certainly takes an uncommon level of dedication.
We all have our duty.
Of course. But I'm curious. You were stationed there in preparation for what, exactly?
Any and all threats to the Empire.
An empire that no longer exists. Which suggests you weren't very successful.
You said you needed my help. I didn't come here to be insulted. Perhaps that was a mistake. I'd be happy to return to Delphi Ardu at any time.
Of course, the fall of the Empire had nothing to do with you. We know that.
Do you? Because it seems your captain has a different opinion.
Er ist so ein Idiot,
I'm
ey.
merely curious where your allegiances might lie. Clearly it's with the Tekon.
Yes, Captain. You have found me out and exposed my true loyalties. To the Tekon, not to the Scions of the Flame, who do nothing more than tarnish us in name and reputation and don't deserve to be called Tekon. That's why I'm here. And if you'd be so kind as to give me access to your ship's systems, we can get on with it. And you can stop wasting my time.
Access to our systems? That's completely out of the question. Tell me that's not what you promised. We're vulnerable enough as it is. And now we're supposed to give him access to everything?
Captain, I know it's a risk. But right now it's our best shot at finding Galvin and that ship.
Now I understand your reluctance. I never imagined offering to help would be met with such ignorance. Bordering on incompetence.
Wenigstens er versteht.
If you're not enjoying your visit to our ship, we'd be more than happy to let you wither away back on your pathetic little rock.
Captain?
You clearly do not appreciate the magnitude of the threat the scions pose. So myopic is your focus on your own ego. I will not be leaving until they have been found.
Commander Rydek, a word.
Ich hätte am Anfang nicht gedacht, dass der so wird.
To think.
Ja.
Waited 600,000 years for this.
Vielleicht können wir in der Nähe vom
You
Airlock
realize
mit ihm
this puts us
sprechen.
in an incredibly difficult position. I was against seeking him out from the start, but now, to give him access to our systems? It's insane. And you somehow expect me to believe his allegiance is with us? You heard what he said in there. There's no way we can trust him.
I might otherwise agree, but you're missing the most important point. He's a Takan, and he may be loyal to the Takan, but not to the Scions of the Flame. He's against everything they believe in. You heard what he said.
There's too much at stake to be wrong on this.
We sought him out for a reason. To help him find our missing crew, Galvin, and those Elydian ships. This is the plan we agreed to with Ambassador Spock.
Which I never liked. But here we are. You know what this mission means to us. Not just for the Federation, but for me personally. I can't afford another screw-up. Losing the shield algorithms was bad enough. This could be the end of my career.
I'm sorry, Captain. You know I support you, but millions of lives and the future of the Federation are at stake here. Both of which are more important right now than your career.
It's not just mine. It's both of ours.
Then so be it.
I'm going to trust your instincts on this one. I just hope you're right. For both of our sakes. Let me know if you find anything.
We're good. You may begin.
I will, of course, have to make a few modifications.
What kind of modifications?
To find Taconian technology requires Taconian technology. If this Scion Gallivan modified his ships, then I must do likewise to yours. The galaxy is nearly infinite in size and complexity. This may take a moment.
Wir müssen erstmal die Texturen laden.
There you are.
What is it? Galvin?
Someone is using Taconian technology. I can't get the precise bearings, but it's located in the Palisades cluster.
I'll let the captain know. Rydek to Solano. I think Portal may have located Galvin.
I'll be right there.
I'm getting all kinds of interference. Almost impossible to lock on the energy signature.
Where's he hiding?
In the Palisades cluster.
Interesting. Can you lock in on the location?
Not until you get me closer.
Lieutenant Handar, set a course for the Palisades cluster.
Aye, Captain.
Well, I suppose I owe you an apology. You were right after all. That's what I get for questioning the advice of my first officer. You always have my back.
No apology necessary. Your concerns were valid.
Nonetheless, I should learn to trust your instincts, which were absolutely right. Nice work. Let me know if you find anything more.
Will do.
Na, vielleicht ist er ja doch lernfähig.
What's wrong?
I didn't want to say anything until I was certain. But the reason for the interference is simple. There's a Taconian device on this ship being used to block the signal. Whoever planted it was exceptionally clever. They knew how and where to hide it. But they have underestimated my abilities.
Haben wir vielleicht noch einen Verräter an Bord?
Vielleicht der Kapitän.
And I can find Galvan for you. It's designed
Ich glaube, der würde es anders
interfere
machen.
with all transmissions, or at least
Den
delay
haben sie sich genommen, der ist nicht
the
klug.
effort to find Galvan's ship.
Hold on. My understanding is that Takan technology requires a Takan to operate. Is there another Takan on this ship?
The Scions could have someone on the ship, doing everything they can to stop us from finding Galvan.
Don't worry, I'll get this fixed. We're going to find that ship.
Ja, das war doch mal spannend jetzt hier.
Engineers would have found this device already if it wasn't well hidden. Better to
Ich werde
rely
immer
on
noch
my
ein bisschen
tricorder.
krank, sorry.
There's a lot of noise in here. I should scan the device putting out the most radiation to filter it out.
Ja, das wird ja dann wohl der Wortkern sein.
That's better. Most other radiation sources in here are well contained. There's definitely tetrametric radiation nearby. But even with the gain boosted, it's getting drowned out by other sources of radiation in here.
Na, diese... Ist das ein Bild?
Jeffrey's
Eine Tür.
tubes thump harmonics from all over the ship. I'll filter that out. There's still something drowning out the tetrametric radiation. I need to find it so I could filter it out as well.
Jetzt können wir uns mal hier ein bisschen im Maschinenraum umschauen. Konnten wir, glaube ich, noch nicht, oder? Nee, ich glaube, hier so frei
bislang
rumlaufen.
nur in Zwischensequenzen.
Ich hatte letztens im Urlaub, war ich jetzt noch gar nicht zugekommen, das mal zu überprüfen, hatte letztens eine News gelesen, dass man jetzt irgendwie auf irgendeiner Webseite sich wohl die ganzen Brücken der unterschiedlichen Enterprise und weiß ich nicht, welche Schiffe noch, sich quasi so in 3D begehen kann und anschauen kann. Ja, müssen wir mal angucken.
A little bit of harmless radiation leakage here, but enough to mask
Boah, und
the
stell dir das dann in
tetrametric
VR
pulses.
vor.
Easy enough to cancel out. There we go. I'm getting a clear tetrametric signal now.
Das ist auch das Einzige, es gibt so schlechte Spider-Man-Spiele für VR, aber sie sind immer noch in VR so geil für so 10 Minuten, dass du es nicht fassen kannst, dass sowas geht. Nee, hier ist es nicht, vielleicht. Runter vielleicht? Da.
Da hinten.
Da auf der anderen Seite, ja. Guck, sie machen aber schon klar, dass du wirklich dich auch dann komplett mal umguckst. Ne? Das ist schon ganz cool. Da.
Oh, ist es vielleicht der Vulkanier?
Found it.
Oh.
Hat auch niemand bemerkt, dass da
Excuse
was
me.
die ganze Zeit
You belong
leuchtet.
here?
Oh nein, guck mal! Es ist
Commander
er!
Ryek. I'm sorry. I didn't know it was you.
Paul. Calloway, right?
Yes. You know, it means a lot that you remembered. What, are you doing back here? I don't mean to pry, but first officers don't usually go digging around engineering compartments.
I was looking for you.
Under the console?
Dropped my tricorder. But I do need your help. Have you seen anyone else in here recently that might seem out of the ordinary? Maybe someone who doesn't work in engineering.
Not that I can think of, but I can ask around. I'm here almost all the time, but
Oder er hilft
maybe
uns auch
someone else
wirklich einfach
noticed
nur.
something?
That would be great. Just be discreet about it. I don't want anyone to be alarmed.
Discretion is my specialty.
Schwer zu sagen.
Well, I'll leave you alone already. Oh, come to think of it, that Hotari woman was down here earlier with Dr. Duvall finishing the last of the bioscans.
Tylis?
That would be out of the ordinary, right?
Thank you. Maybe Tylis saw something.
Oder ist schon längst eine Verräter.
Stimmt, das
Tylis, can
könnte
I
auch
speak to
sein.
you for a moment?
Of course. Is something wrong?
There's something happening. I may need your help. This is important.
How can I help?
When you were in engineering with Dr. Duval, did you notice anything out of the ordinary? Or anyone?
Not particularly. Why?
I found this, hidden in a compartment down there.
That's Taconian technology. Does that mean there's a scion on board? But Dr. Duval bioscanned everyone.
Aber nicht sich
Every
selber.
deck, every crew member. I've seen the logs.
Ooh.
She couldn't have been more thorough.
We have to trace every
Du
contact,
bist ja schlau.
starting with engineering, which is where the device was planted.
At least that narrows the list. But we still have to go back quite a while.
Whatever it takes.
It could be anyone.
That includes both of us.
You want me to get scanned? Better to know for sure, right? I'll admit, I was around the Scions as much as anybody.
I would feel more comfortable if you did.
I understand.
Clear.
Now it's your turn.
Ja, aber wenn das bei dem vorher schon nicht funktioniert hat, also
Ja, ne?
statt die mal das Gerät anfassen zu lassen.
Clear.
Don't sound so surprised.
Stimmt, das wäre viel einfacher.
Spend plenty of time with the Scions as well. You never know.
Let's get to it. The search starts in engineering. Whoever planted the device most likely did it
Oder
within
so
the last few
unauffällig an die
hours.
Leute so ranhalten,
So I'll
weißt du,
start
so.
by running a scan
Aber so-
on everyone who came
Was
through
machst du da
engineering
gerade?
over the
Gar
last
nichts.
day, in reverse order.
This could take forever to sort through the number of people that were in engineering.
I'll filter out the duplicates.
That helps.
Filtering for outliers. People who don't work in engineering.
Now this is manageable.
Cross-referencing this list with everyone who's traveled to Hotari. Let's see who's left.
Oh.
No, this can't be right.
What?
Of the people
Also
that
doch.
went to Hotari and visited engineering, it could only have been Captain Solano.
According to this, he was here while you went down to Delphi Ardu 4. Which would have been the perfect opportunity. And no one would question him. He's the captain.
I've known Captain Solano for almost my entire life. I wouldn't be here, or who I am, without his help and guidance. If this is true. If they really got him. Then this is just devastating.
I know it doesn't look good.
Also, dass die jetzt so eine enge Verbindung hatten, das ist irgendwie nicht ganz so klar
What
geworden,
happened
finde ich.
Nee.
when Dr. Duval bioscanned Captain Solano?
That's just
Also man hat sich so gedacht, aber
She never did.
How is that possible?
Something more urgent would always come up. There was nothing she could do. But performing a bioscan is the only way to be absolutely sure.
That's not going to be easy. First thing I need to do is get this device to Portal.
Be careful. And good luck.
I'll need it.
Würde natürlich wiederum
I found
den
the
Charakter
device.
auch ein bisschen rumreißen,
ja.
weil sie ihn dann ein bisschen entschuldigen können. Andererseits waren die ganzen Sachen, die der Charakter so, das irgendwie, weiß nicht, ich fand es irgendwie ein bisschen, find's komisch, wenn er auf diese Weise versuchen würde, um die Sache rumzukommen.
Interference is gone.
So,
I
so
have located
zu
Galvin's
stören.
ship more precisely.
Vor allem der Vertikon ja
He's in
auch
the
ganz schön
Usonia system.
blöd.
Ja.
So then it worked.
This whole
Oder nervig.
region was one of the most sacred for the ancient Takan. What many consider the birthplace of our civilization. See these comets and planetoids in the outer orbits? Based on their current trajectory, that's Galvin's destination. And legend tells us it's the location of what was once our largest arsenal. Not that we needed it in the late stages of the Empire, but it was there as a precaution nonetheless.
What kind of weapons are in this arsenal?
It's difficult to know what would have survived from the time of the Empire, but be assured, that the damage they have done so far by altering your current technology will be minuscule compared to proper Draconian firepower. If Galvin and the other Scions secure the arsenal, they will become extremely dangerous. My people had such power at the height of the Empire. The Dracon were as gods, keeping absolute control over countless worlds. I must speak with them directly. However, the presence of this device is worrying. It's highly likely it was placed here by a Scion, hidden among your crew, and it is unlikely this interference device was the Scion saboteur's only trap. If we reach Galvin and the saboteur cripples your ship, we will be at their mercy. Even my powers will not be able to protect us. Do you know who it is? They may well do more damage if left alone. Time is not on your side.
Ja, nicht so einfach diesmal, ne?
I don't know for sure. We're still investigating.
And we're losing valuable time. Bioforming was so rare in the time of the Empire that I am not able to detect if it has taken place. Whoever you suspect, proof is something you will have to provide on your own.
I'll have it, once I've bioscanned the person I suspect. I just need to visit Dr. Duval.
It's quite the claim. Told me you were worried about him. But I never imagined this was what was wrong.
I wouldn't be asking you if there was any other possibility.
That would explain why Solano has been too busy for a bioscan lately.
As the ship's doctor, you have the authority to declare him unfit to serve.
If you're right, this is the worst case scenario. Challenging your own captain is a tall order. Are you sure you're prepared for this? If you fail, that's
easy.
It. The end of your career.
Yeah.
Maybe your life.
I am. I have to be.
Good. You know what this is going to take. I'm in. We can't pull this off with just
Was das für ein geiles Geräusch gerade?
I technically have the authority to make Solano undergo a scan, but in reality, he can and will refuse to do it. We need at least another member of the senior staff to support your claim, or this could all blow up in our faces. You better think long and hard about who you can trust.
Hast jetzt nochmal eine Episode Zeit.
Ich würde ja dem Vulkanier vertrauen, ehrlich gesagt. Weil es gibt logische Hinweise, es wäre ein logischer Schritt, es ist nicht weiter schlimm eigentlich, zu sagen, hey, aus Sicherheitsgründen, wir müssen es mal kurz checken, damit wir sicher sind.
Down to one reactor. Thought we'd be stopped dead. At least I could impulse power.
The Takan enhancements must be able to brute force limited bursts of warp output.
Yeah, but they won't get to wherever they were headed at this rate. They're just limping along now.
So where does that put us?
Maybe I can answer that.
Weil der Vulkanier ist vielleicht dann auch nicht so drauf, dass er sagt, ach Gott, da muss ich jetzt hier einmal drum rumlaufen. Also dass es für ihn so vom persönlichen Level jetzt nicht so schwierig ist zu sagen, ja,
vor allem, die sind ja
muss man
alle
jetzt nicht beleidigt sein für.
Ja, eben. Die sind ja alle auf diese Mission angetreten und wissen, dass sowas passieren kann. Also ich finde, die sind auch immer sehr schnell sehr eingeschnappt dafür, dass sie eigentlich wissen, was abgeht.
Dass das eine Gefahr ist.
Changed course. Drastically.
Looks like they're headed here. Usonia system. They might stop there.
Can we use the Zeldi's comms to signal your fleet?
Comm systems are locked.
Grab hold!
Anschnallen, Leute, anschnallen.
Aber das war schon ein bisschen sehr lustig.
The inertial dampeners can barely keep up. If they keep forcing this ship to make these short warp jumps, they're going to tear it apart.
Zeldi is still made by a Lydian hand, despite all this Takan corruption. We'll hold.
We just gotta stay safe until Starfleet can find us.
Und bei euch?
Spielt sie Gameboy?
Your people?
Tetris.
Is there somewhere you go when you die?
Life after death? No. On my homeworld, some people think they can cheat death in a way by joining with the Trill symbiont. But that's not a life to me.
What about you? Is there another plane of existence for you? With every passing battle.
I think there's just no way for us to know what happens after we die.
Really?
Maybe there's something more, maybe not. But I can't discount the possibility. You can't prove a negative.
Then maybe you can understand this. My people have a special journey. When Lydians died, we rejoin our comrades, family, and ancestors.
On the parade grounds of Cirella?
That is just one part of it, but yes. Death is not the end for us. So, even if some part of Itasca remains, by letting the Dakan use her body, at best we are delaying the inevitable next step for her. At worst, we are leaving her as a prisoner in her own mind. You want to save the transformed. So do I.
Now that I've seen it happen, does it make me a hypocrite to say he has a point? What if we can't get them back? We can't leave them like that, right?
I think Itasca would want to be released.
I know it's awful to think about, but if they're still alive, we can still try to help them. We lose that option once they're dead.
I had a sister, a twin. It's very rare among the Trill.
You never told me that.
She was one of the youngest hosts to ever join with the symbiont. A sentient creature that lives in our body. It's considered a great honor. The symbiont can bring centuries of knowledge and wisdom to the host. But sometimes, the symbiont personality suppresses the host entirely. My sister was the closest person in the world to me. I knew she would be different after joining. But she drew more and more distant. The room we shared growing up was foreign to the both of us. And eventually she, or whoever she'd become, cut me out entirely. So I left for Starfleet and swore I'd never go back. I couldn't stand the thought of seeing her. Someone who looked like my sister. Sounded like her.
You should try to see her again. When all this is over. Maybe things have changed for her after you've been away for years.
I couldn't go back. Not now.
You remind me of Itasca.
I do?
Bonds are not made by what runs through your veins, but the blood you spilled together. Itasca was my family in that way. I want you to know there is nothing I won't sacrifice to win this fight. But if we're lucky enough to survive, I'd be honored if you'd count me as one of your tribe. As Itasca was.
Even a couple of engineers like us?
I'll take you up on that.
Same here.
They not cease this madness.
What is this?
Genau, what is this place? Das ist die große Frage, die wir in der nächsten Folge beantworten werden. Spoiler, nee, wie heißt es? Cliffhanger-Alarm, so rum. Ich kann schon nicht mehr die richtigen Worte sagen. Also, bis denn.